Hey y'all, this is Lori Kraft with the Kraft team in Next Home Realty Center. And tonight I wanted to talk to you about branding. Branding comes up a lot when you're trying to list a property because people associate success with a brand, hence branding, and that's why big brands spend an awful lot of money on marketing campaigns to make sure that you know who they are. Well, and there are some advantages to going with a big brand. You may want to go with a big brand because you want more attention put on your listing for whatever reason, or maybe you have concerns that those agents at those smaller boutique firms may not know enough to be able to really market your property. Here's what I would challenge you to think about. Do you have a brand sell your house, or does an agent sell your house? For most of us, it's going to be the agent that sells the house. Now, does that mean that you shouldn't go with a big brand? Absolutely not. In fact, there's a lot of advantages to going with a big brand. I've worked for big brands. That's all I've ever really, I worked for a boutique firm for a small amount of time, but for the most part, I've been a big brand girl myself. So they do have some advantages. You usually have a broader network, usually have higher ability to work with technology. You usually have a better network. There's some good advantages to that. Sometimes, though, you may want to go with a regional because maybe you have a very unique property, or maybe your property has some unique problems that only people in the area and that region would understand. And for that reason, you may be inclined to go with maybe a regional brand. Or you may have a very high-end property that has a very select market share and a very select buyer pool. And for that, you may want a boutique firm. We see a lot of boutique firms in the Galleria area, down in River Oaks, simply because they know their market, they have lots of connections in their marketplace, and they're going to be able to talk with other realtors, not only within their own brokerage, but also in that area, because everybody kind of networks together, and it's a very cliquey little group. But it's good for the seller because they know when properties are coming on market, and sometimes it helps you sell off market and things like that. For your big brands, it's going to give you a huge, vast net where you're going to cast and maybe hope to catch a few minnows with it, and you often will because you're going to see that. The flip side of that is the question that I get asked. So because so-and-so is with this particular big brand, that must mean they are really good and really knowledgeable. Maybe. Like I said, I've worked a lot of big brands, and I'm going to tell you, I've worked with agents that are geniuses and that are just so gifted at what they do, and I'm in awe of them. And then I've worked with other agents that really probably need to pick a different profession. And sometimes those agents get lucky and pick up a listing because of the brand. And then it's a struggle for that poor seller because it's not about the brand, it's about the agent, and the agent's having difficulty. So, and then you've got rock star agents that work for those boutique firms that will get your house sold for top dollar before it ever even hits market. So the question of branding is really a personal choice. And I would say look to the agent, not the brand. And again, I'm speaking from somebody who's been with some big brands, and I love my brand, but that doesn't mean that I'm the best agent for you. So I would interview your agents and look at it from that perspective. This is Lori Kraft with the Kraft team in Next Home Realty Center, hoping you will craft your new beginning with us.